Good morning, Chancey Cardinals teachers and staff. It's time for the Chancey or the Cardinal Weekly News. It's January 15th through January 19th. We were out of school on Monday, but we're back today on Tuesday. Welcome back. And on Monday, was Martin Luther King's birthday. And I don't know if you all know this, but there was a famous speech that Martin Luther King shared with the world, really. And it was his "I Have a Dream" speech. He wanted us to treat each other with equality, or treat each other equally, and serve our communities. I wonder what you all did on Martin Luther King Day. Cahill, what'd you do?
Well, normally we just kind of take the day off. We probably should do something a little more special, but we typically don't.
Miss Burton, what did you all do?
Well, we sat around and just kind of talked about the contributions that Dr. King has made to our country. And then we watched a couple movies. You know, we like to watch not necessarily movies about history, but just movies in our culture that are interesting, that I wanted my kids to see. So we did that. Don't ask me which movies, but we watched some movies. So.
All right. We have a special guest, Miss Latham, here on the gosh, I'm sorry. There are people that come to the door and they just interrupt me. Miss Latham is here and she's our mental health practitioner. Miss Latham, what did you do?
So I'm kind of in the same boat with both Mr. Cahill and Miss Burton. So we did enjoy the day off, but we also took the time to make it educational, to review some of those contributions, and to also discuss his dream.
Okay. And boys and girls, I used to do those things when my kids were little. I would go to the Muhammad Ali Center and they do this whole like a thing to honor Dr. King. And my kids, they don't live with me anymore. Well, one of them still does, but I kind of just took the day to rest, and then kind of think about all the things he's done, and reflect on that, and how I am just so grateful for his existence and what he's brought to this country. So,
yes, absolutely.
All right, boys and girls, and here's our weather forecast. So Monday is very, very cold, 21 degrees. Tuesday was extremely cold, predicted, 17 degrees. Wednesday, 23 degrees, still very, very cold outside. Boys and girls, it is full winter, snow days, everything. Thursday, 31 degrees. So that's the warmest day of the week, but it is still extremely cold. And then Friday, back to being very, very cold, 24 degrees. When it is this cold outside, boys and girls, you need real coats. You need to wear them. Make sure that you have them and take them home.
Yes, I agree. All right, boys and girls, I am here to remind you of some very important behavior expectations that you need to make sure you are exhibiting while you're here at school. So the first one we want to focus on, well, first of all, obviously, every day we want you to come to school and do things the Chancey Cardinal way, which means be safe, respectful, and
responsible.
Yes, thank you, Mr.
Responsible.
Hopefully everyone said responsible. But I want to focus on peer conflict, because I have noticed that from time to time there are students who struggle with getting along with one another. And so when you are having a conflict with one of your classmates, or even one of your friends, or a friend from the bus, or anything like that, we always want you to try to solve the problem on your own, meaning try to stay, maybe walk away from that person, or maybe hang with someone else and give that person some space, or try to tell the person, hey, I don't like that. Try to solve it on your own. Also, always remember to treat people like you want to be treated. No one wants to be made fun of, or talked about, or hit, or pushed. So always keep that in mind when you are in class, or just working with other people. Remember, it's important to be kind, to be fair, and understanding. Look, we all have bad days, the adults included, but we also need to make sure that we are being respectful to people and treating them kindly. But the most important thing when you're here at school, if you don't know how to handle a situation, or someone's doing something that makes you really upset, or they've said something that bothers you, tell an adult. Talk to the adults in the building. Start with your teacher. They are the person who is there all the time. They can help you right away. And if you can't get to your teacher, you can always come talk to any of us. We are always here to help you figure out how to deal with that conflict. But make sure you think before you react, and just treat everybody the way you want to be treated. Does anybody else have something to add to that?
Yeah, I do. I like to say the golden rule is treat people how you want to be treated, but the platinum rule is treat people how they want to be treated, because we know that people want to be treated nicely, and you should do what you know is right and treat people that way. And then I really, really like the last one. Think before you react. Take a minute, think about it, make sure you're making a good choice.
Thanks, Gail. The only thing I was going to say, boys and girls, is peer conflict or any conflict is quite natural. You aren't supposed to get along with everyone all the time. There's lots of conflict, and it's very much something that it should be expected, especially as you are growing and becoming who you're going to be as a grown up. But as you go through life, you will naturally get along with people, and then or you will break up and you will make up with your friends, and all of that is okay, because you are really learning about yourself and you're learning about the people around you, and that's very important. And so don't freak out. Don't make it a big deal. Just kind of think about what has happened, maybe reflect, make sure, think about what you do before you react. And I won't reread all these things, but it's a very natural thing, boys and girls. So it's okay. We expect you to not get along with everyone all the time.
Yes. Very good.
And I'd like to add something myself, actually, to remember that he who angers you controls you. And do you really want to give your peers that much power over you?
I like that. Good. So let's keep that in mind too. Also, another reminder, cell phones. Boys and girls, I understand it's 2024 and everybody's got a phone. There's nothing wrong with that. And you can have a phone when you come to school. But when you walk through the doors of Chancey, that phone needs to be turned off and needs to be placed in your backpack or your locker so that no one else, so that you are not tempted to answer it or be on your phone or send a text message or record a video. None of that can take place. So when you get to school, put your phone away. No phone calls or text messages can be made throughout the day. I know sometimes people have tried to sneak away and do that. We're not doing that here at school. If you need to get a hold of somebody, we have phones all throughout our building where we can call or contact the adult in your life. Remember, taking videos of your classmates or any of the adults in the building is unacceptable. It is a violation of everyone's privacy, and it can result in a very high level consequence. So just be mindful of those things when you're coming to school. I know it's very tempting to have your phone out to show videos or do things like that, but that is not something that you can do while you're here at school. So keep that in mind.
All right, boys and girls, we are still access testing. We've done a very good job last week of getting a lot of it done, but we have a whole part 2 for everybody. We did the first 2 sections, listening and reading. So now we're finishing up with speaking and writing. And then we still have a few kindergartners taking their one-on-one test. So just be mindful of people testing, and teachers, thanks for your flexibility as the schedule kind of fluctuates and we are in and out with your students, giving them the test.
And boys and girls, I just want to remind you, if you're someone that's taking the access test, make sure you take your time. Don't rush. And that's with any test. So make sure that you take your time. Don't rush. Check your work and just make sure that you're doing your very best. Sometimes when we rush, we aren't doing our best. So just make sure it's accurate and thorough and it's complete. All righty, boys and girls, Chancey Character Counts continues. This month, we are focusing on a growth mindset. So that's a belief that we can improve when we work. That's what I was just talking about with the access test. Try new things and don't give up. So don't ever give up. Life is always going to be full of challenges, and there are times you may go through a slump, but that's all okay as long as you get back on the bike and you continue riding. Push through, never give up.
Yes. Excellent. And boys and girls, I meant to say we forgot to do our drawing on Friday. It was just a busy morning, so we will do double the drawings this coming week. Sorry.
All righty. And what goes along with a growth mindset is perseverance. And Miss Latham, like I mentioned, is our special guest today. She's going to talk a little bit about her video and the challenge that you all are going to commit to of persevering. Miss Latham?
Hey, students and staff. So I want to take the time and thank you guys for participating. Many of you remember right before break, I was running around the school asking you guys to participate, to say something as it relates to perseverance. And I told you guys that once it was finished, I would edit it and present it to you. So it's all ready, and it's actually going to be in next week's Monday message. So be on the lookout for it. Once again, thank you to everyone who participated. And to follow along with the video, we have a pledge. And I would love to invite you all, both students and staff, to sign our Perseverance Pledge. And by doing so, you are agreeing to push yourself through challenges and obstacles. So following right along with that growth mindset, we are not giving up. As Ms. Ivory said, life is full of challenges. School is not the only one. Hope I don't damper the mood, but there will be more challenges in your life. And we just have to persevere. So I want to encourage you guys to keep going, do not give up, and sign the pledge. The pledge will also be located in an area where everyone can see it. And I want you guys to take the time and sign it, okay? I'll have more details later.
Thanks, Ms. Latham. All righty. I want to remind or say good luck to our quick recall team because they are competing against St. Matthew's on Tuesday. Remember, everybody is welcome at the school, no matter what language you speak or what you look like or whatever you identify with or your preference. You are all very much welcome here at Chancey Elementary. I love all of the children here, and so does everyone else on this camera. So St. Matthew's on Tuesday. Hope to see you there. And don't ever forget, Chancey Cardinals, that you are important and unique. Be the best that you can be. Work hard and be kind because you will change the world. Have a great week.
Have a great week, guys.
Bye.